Hey everybody, what's going on? Hellmite here, bringing you another video from Grab the Lantern today. It's Tuesday, and the patch notes for patch 7.13 have been posted, and that means it's time for another patch note rundown. As always, I'll be going through the biggest changes of the patch and letting you guys know what you should be looking forward to in the coming weeks. 7.13 is a bit lighter on balance changes than the previous patches have been, mostly because Riot are starting to tone things down. We do have a couple of champion releases and reworks that will be coming out soon, so Riot want to make sure the boat is not rocked too much. And we also know that patch 7.19, I believe, is going to be the target for Worlds, so Riot are attempting to pull back. So there isn't that much to talk about, but we still have enough to bother making a video. First up, Honor. Honor is back in a big way. Now, if you don't remember Honor, it is those little buttons you can press at the end of a game to say if someone is friendly or helpful or whatever. You know those? You probably never use them because the old Honor system was really bad. Right? Have revamped Honor, and that is being reintroduced in this patch as Honor Revisited. So, after each game, immediately after the Nexus pops, you'll be presented with a screen with all 4 of your allied champions. You can pick one of them to honor in a game, picking from new categories. If you get honored enough times after a game by enough of your teammates, it'll be called out for everyone in the chat to realize. If you get honored consistently throughout games, you'll eventually receive Honor Flare, which will appear on your loading screen portrait, and you'll also elevate in Honor levels. Higher leveled Honor players will also have increased chances of getting key fragments, and will occasionally get something called an Honor Capsule, which is like a free chest that's guaranteed to contain a couple of key fragments. Generally, don't be a dick. You get Honor, you get good things. It's a new system, and it's going to be interesting to see how it works. Next up, the champion balance changes. First, we're going to talk about Galio here. He's really, really good. He's been a pretty universal tank for a long time and has been in some serious need of changes, especially because his wave clear is too good and he doesn't feel like a magic damage tank. He just kind of feels like a general tank. So Riot has directed their changes at reducing his wave clear and making him feel more like a magic resistant stacking tank. First up, his base armor has been reduced by a small amount. His Q damage is generally down, and his ultimate channel time has also been increased, though the overall time period has not been changed at all. So it will still take Galio the same amount of time from pressing R to reach the enemy to reach his allied champion, but he takes a little bit more time of that to channel, which means it can be interrupted more easily in the middle of a hectic team fight. Next up, AR Kennen. Kennen is getting nerfed in this patch. His AD build is really, really good and bursts actually fairly effectively, and his AP build doesn't burst that hard at all. So Riot are tossing his AP build a little bit of a bone, and also nerfing his AD build in a bit of an unconventional way. First, his W-empowered auto attacks now have a base damage as opposed to just scaling with his bonus damage. And the ultimate reading the wrong part of my notes here. And it has a bonus AD ratio as opposed to a total AD ratio, and now has an AP ratio as well, so AP Kennen will feel a little bit better about using the W-empowered autos. His E ratio is also touched up very slightly. So Kennen should feel a little worse about building AD, and a little better about building AP. I don't think it'll be enough to stop AD Kennen from being a thing, because it's just so obscenely good at all parts of the game, and doesn't forfeit any of his utility, but, you know, it's good steps. Next up is Kindred. Kindred are still struggling following their rework. They have a tough time in their early skirmishing, and they also have difficulty acquiring marks in the late game, which they have to have in order to increase their range to ability where they can effectively DPS. So they're receiving a few buffs to help them out in those regards. First, their range is going to increase every 3 stacks from 4. And this is following their initial range increase. So they'll get the 75 bonus range after their first 4 marks, but now it only takes 3 marks to get another range increase from 4, like it was before. The W base damage per mark is up, and their E base damage is up as well. So Kindred players should be feeling a little bit better and possibly scale into the late game a little bit harder as well. Finally, for champion buffs, it is Trundle. Trundle is receiving some buffs as well. He was meant to be a duelist and a split pusher, but he's just not really holding up in today's day and age, especially when things like Fiora exist. So Trundle is getting some bonuses to his split pushing potential and his dueling potential. Q can now be recast on turrets. If you remember, this was originally in Trundle's kit. They removed it a while back. It's back again. And W now grants increased healing and regeneration. It was 25% lifesteal and then 20% healing and regeneration. Now it's 25% across the board, so Trundle will heal a little bit better and kill towers much more quickly. Finally, we have one item that was reworked. Abyssal Mask has been struggling to find tanks that want to purchase it following its rework, and an additional Riot needed to find an item that could give tanks some sustain in the top lane. Catalyst of Aeons is a great item for them, but it doesn't build into any items they really want, especially now that Righteous Glory doesn't build out of it. So, Riot kind of looked at the two and said, why not both? So Abyssal Mask now builds out of a Catalyst of Aeons and a Negatron Cloak, and provides the Catalyst stat line, so gives the health and the Eternity passive. So tanks that need a little bit more sustain in the top lane won't feel too bad about throwing a Catalyst into their build. Anyways, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you all so very much for watching. Go ahead and let me know which changes you're most excited for down in the comment section below. I know I'm really hyped for the new Honor system and for Galio nerfs, but, you know, Honor is going to be good too. And go ahead and let me know which things you like best down in the comment section below. Go ahead and leave a like too if you enjoy the video. And if you really enjoy the video, consider subscribing. I upload a video every Monday, Friday, and on patch days like today. Once again, thank you guys so very much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will talk to you all later.